Yeah, absolutely.
They are trying to redo everything. Yeah,
Okay.
Financially, we have to wait until the
That's
budget.
right. It's quite a small town, isn't it? Lower priority.
You know
I get it. Yeah. Okay then. So, PTCP was on his way to Beautiful Days Festival. We've just got a flat tyre. So we're waiting for breakdown. Thought I'd come out and check the local police station in a town called Chard in Somerset. So it's literally just down around the corner here. Traffic is very busy down this road at the moment. Central warrant. I don't think it's a big police station, it's only a small little town. I don't know if it's got yeah, I'm not even sure if it's got front counter service or not. Yeah, it's just down along here. Here it is. Right on this busy road. We've already got one police car sat in the traffic there, just pulled out probably. So it does have an inquiry office, but it's only 10 till 6, Monday to Wednesday. We're on Thursday now, so it is closed today. Yeah, it's only partly open. And it says, due to unforeseen circumstances, this inquiry office is not open today. We've got nothing on the front boards there. Yeah, we've got a few different police vehicles and that around. There's private property police vehicles only. So pedestrian vehicles are not allowed. Doesn't look like they've got a small custody section, judging by the windows that they've got there. And then we've got a few marked vehicles here. So yeah, quite a decent amount of marked vehicles for a small town. Got 4 there. Just taking a few pictures and that. And then they've got a hose and stuff. That's back door. Yeah, it's a small little station. Nothing particularly special. Yeah, and then they've got another few vehicles here as well. So we've got Crime Stoppers logo on the rear panel of the car. Neighbourhood Watch. Pretty cool. Oh, excuse me. The liveries on the vehicles are peeling off on the back and need redoing. Yeah, let's get some pictures of these cars. Yeah, there are quite a few police cars in that here. Yeah, they've got a road sign, police vehicles only beyond this point, but we haven't got anything saying police personnel beyond this point, or, you know, private property, no entry, authorised access only, those sorts of signs, nothing like that. But yeah, the cars look okay condition, no rubbish that left around. That one's got like dog fur and that all in the back of it on the seats. Very nice. Yeah, they need a good wash. But it is like sort of out in the country sort of thing. And then here's windows open with screens visible. That's not good.
Visible computer screens inside a police station raise immediate data protection concerns. Under UK GDPR, the responsibility isn't on the passerby, it's on the organization securing sensitive information. This flips the usual power dynamic completely.
You can see screens through there. Completely oblivious. So they've got a sign there. This door is not for public use. If you're wanting to make a report to the police and the front office is closed, please call 101 or use the phone at the front of the station. In an emergency, please call 999. Contractors/visitors, you must sign in using the sheet in the fire book and read the contractor/visitors information. And also they've got the CCTV notice. That's bloody seagulls everywhere. So loud. Not sure your window should be open. You can see like screens and everything with your window open. Not sure it should be quite open like that. But, pardon? I was just taking some pictures of the police cars and I just noticed I can see your screen through the window. See, like,
You shouldn't be down this far then, mate.
Pardon?
You shouldn't be down this far.
There's a sign on the door there that's obviously for public information, so it's not a restricted area. There's no sign you're saying it's a restricted area. Yeah, good idea. There we go. Yeah, that's it. We've got a sign on that door which is clearly for public information there. But, pardon? There was nothing down here saying it's a restricted area.
What do you want?
I was taking some pictures and stuff. I'm making a little video of the area. local force, that
For
sort of
what
stuff.
purpose?
Pardon?
For what purpose?
Public interest.
To go where?
Pardon?
To go where?
Well, for public.
You're quite clearly filming us at the moment.
Yes, yeah. I film any interaction. Have you two police officers, are you?
Yes.
Have you got your warrant cards with you there, since you're not in uniform?
Why do I need to?
Pardon?
I'm walking out of a police building, aren't I? So
Yeah, but you're obviously doing a stop and account with me, so I'd like... Well, you are. You're asking what I'm doing, which is by definition a stop and account. You're asking what I'm doing in an area. That's a stop and account.
A stop and account isn't just casual conversation, it's a policing interaction. And when officers engage like this, they're expected to identify themselves. Accountability works both ways, and that's exactly what's being challenged here.
So if you're engaging in a policing activity, I'd like to know your warrant card, otherwise I'm just going to disengage from you and carry on with my business.
Okay.
All right then. All right, refusal to identify. So I'm just going to get your picture so I can report you to your chief constable. Cool. Bye-bye. Yeah, so they've got 4 vehicles down here.
Hey mate, you alright?
Not bad, how are you?
How's it going? What are you up to?
Just, as you see, just taking some pictures and out of your cars and out there.
Oh, okay.
That's all. Yeah. And you are, sorry?
Police officer.
And your collar number?
Are you an auditor, are you? Or are you...
And your collar number, please?
I have to give you my collar number. It's my identification just on my shoulder there.
And then if I can't read, it's not your policy to identify for members of the public?
No, I don't need to.
No, it's not identified, no.
Okay. Are you here to just cause issues, or are you here to just have a
No,
chat?
I'm just here to take pictures and that's all. As I said, I've just noticed as I was walking down to take pictures, your colleague's window was open, I could see the screen, made them aware of it.
Okay, have they sorted that?
Yeah, they closed the window,
Okay.
fine. Yeah, it's as simple as that.
Cool. Okay, I'm
Yeah,
sure we're not here to cause you a problem. I'm sure you're not here to cause a problem. We're just,
You know, your colleagues not in uniform refuse to identify while engaging in a policing activity. Not fantastic, is it? It's against policy. You are required to identify. You're engaging in a stop and account. You are required to identify. Because if I have any complaints, how am I supposed to make that complaint if you haven't kept yourself to the accountability standards that the force requires? So, you know, again, you refuse to identify properly because, again, you don't know that I can read, so you're refusing to identify properly. Yes, you're in uniform, but again, if I want to make a complaint against you,
you can give the time and date and where the location where you are. My body cam's recording, so
Oh, is it?
it can all be.
How come it's taken you this long to let me know that your body cam's recording?
Talking.
And is it the policy not to, at the first most practical opportunity
I
to
think
allow
that was the most practical time to inform
Was it?
you.
So because you come in and gone hands-on with me?
I haven't gone hands on.
Exactly. So why is not the first thing that you say, good afternoon or morning
what
even?
you're doing, because that's the first question I asked you, and then we've had a conversation, and now I've told you.
Yeah. But the first most practical opportunity is to say, good. By the way, you are being recorded.
Okay.
Otherwise, you could be covertly recording me under the Regulations of Investigatory Powers Act, couldn't you?
But that's not happening, so don't worry about that.
It could, because it took you X amount of time to alert me when there was plenty. The only situation where it's not practicable at the first opportunity is if you're going into a hands-on situation.
Is it?
Any other time, there's no reason, and this has been dealt with in the tribunal by the tribunal that deals with the Reaper Act, that the first most practical opportunity is when you approach somebody. If you have your camera on or you turn it on, if you approach with your camera on, you should alert them when you approach, unless you're going hands-on. If you turn it on whilst engaging in a conversation, you should turn it on, and then once it's recording, so it's stated on the camera, by the way, you are being recorded for my safety and your safety, blah, blah, blah. You have the right to do it, same way that I have the right to do it. It's not a problem, it's the notification that's the problem.
Okay.
You know.
But I've notified you at a time that I think is practical, so I've done that, so it's fine.
Okay, you can justify that to a tribunal, it's fine, no worries.
So what are you
so you're going to try to identify yourself properly yet?
No, I'm happy.
You're happy, yeah?
Yeah.
Would you like to identify yourself, or would you like a complaint as well, sir?
So can I ask you a question? Before my colleague steps in, so my name is PC2376.
Thank you, so that's how it's done, thank you.
My colleague here was obviously made aware that the window was open.
Yeah.
And he's got concerns because of data protection and that. that you might have recorded something on
Okay.
your phone from the screens?
If there is anything, I'm not sure if there is or not. If anything is captured on there, that will be evidence for me to report that to the Information Commissioner's office, because obviously the onus of data protection is on the organisation, not on whoever sees that
We don't
information.
expect someone to stick their head through the window.
I didn't stick my head through. I didn't stick my head through a window. I saw it from a public
because
place.
somebody else's information. You know, this is a secure site. Well,
I understand that.
it's not as secure as we'd like.
Well,
it
no,
to
exactly.
be.
It's not secure at all, is it? Really?
No. We are trying to work on that, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, you know, you have to do with what you've got.
Yeah, yeah. Even a bit of signage saying no unauthorised access beyond this point would go a long way, because I do respect signs like that.
No,
you know.
okay. I will take
But
that
I did
to
have a
the
look around,
senior-
and there is
I will
nothing
genuinely
there.
take that to the senior leadership team, because
Fantastic.
I think that is fair enough.
Yeah, absolutely.
They are trying to redo everything. Yeah, you know,
Okay.
financially, we have to wait until the
That's
budget.
right, it's quite a
and
small
everything,
town,
and
isn't it?
it's
Lower
exactly,
priority.
you know
Yeah,
what
I
mean?
get it, yeah.
We get shoved right to the bottom type
Yeah.
of thing. We're right on the borders, you know,
Yeah,
what I mean,
yeah.
between different forces and that. So it is totally. I understand where you're coming from, and I'll pass that on to the senior leadership
Thank
team.
you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
I've just got concerns about the data protection that's on that video. Do you know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? Because that's somebody else's private stuff and that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we obviously learn from things like that. So you've pointed it out. They've closed the window. It is
Fantastic.
really hot in there. We've got no air
Again,
conditioning.
I completely understand that,
You know
but
what I
obviously
mean?
data protection takes priority over that, unfortunately. You can get a fan in there, and I understand, you know, I've worked in many various
That's what I'm
locations
more
where health and
concerned
safety
about,
data protection
what's
takes
being
priority
recorded.
over
Does
that.
that go
but-
live? Is that a live?
I'm not live
No.
streaming, no.
If there is something, would you delete that?
Not necessarily delete it, but I would make it anonymous. I would blur it out if there is anything, if I were to post it anywhere.
Yeah, because
absolutely.
it's not their fault. You know what I mean? It's the
No, of course. Obviously, I've raised the issue. I've raised the
Exactly.
issue of data protection, and obviously, I
Absolutely.
raise it as an issue because I do see it as an issue.
No,
I'm
no,
not
no.
going to go share that information. That would be very hypocritical of me,
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah,
it?
absolutely,
You know.
absolutely.
So if there is anything captured on the camera, it won't be made available to the public. It will be forwarded to the ICO.
That's fine. Yeah.
That's
Can I
part of evidence.
take your details?
No,
can
I'm
I,
okay,
can I
thank
take
you.
your name?
No,
at
I'm
least?
alright,
Just
thank you.
first name, so I know who I'm speaking to.
No, I'm alright, thank you.
So you've got my calling number, but I can't take yours.
Yeah, but as a Crown servant, obviously you have issues of accountability when dealing with members of the public, and
And
that's
I'm just
why.
being
And that's why.
polite
Yeah, I
asking
know.
your first name.
I
I
know.
don't even know
I know.
anything
But then
else, so I
obviously
know who I-
that coupled with my image, which obviously he's notified me is recording.
Yeah, obviously we do that because I'm open and honest. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
We record things so that you can see what we do.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
And we can
Absolutely,
see,
I
you know what
completely
mean?
agree
So-
with the use of body cameras.
because
Completely.
That's the thing is
Yeah,
I can't
yeah.
hide saying, "Oh no, I didn't say this to this man," or "This man didn't say anything."
No,
to
exactly.
me."
Exactly the same
That
reason
is
why I record any interaction I have with you as
Yeah,
well.
that's
you know.
why we record everything. I
yeah.
protect my back with the
Of
amount
course.
of people have said we do things.
Of
and
course.
we don't.
Yeah.
You know
But
what I
with
mean?
your collar number now, obviously you're bound. You have to identify. You did it
Yeah,
correctly
you can see,
verbally
I mean,
because you
your
can't
uniform,
guarantee
there's
that
my
I
collar
can
number
read.
there, you know what I mean?
But you have to wear that for
2376.
accountability reasons. That's why I'm entitled to have that, because you're dealing with a member of the public in a
Absolutely.
stop and account situation. Accountability, you have to identify yourself for that exact reason,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
he doesn't seem to understand. And sorry, we got interrupted. Would you like the opportunity to identify?
4988 PC Biffin.
Sorry, what was-
PC Biffin.
and your collar number, please?
4988.
4988. There you go. Thank you. Would you like another opportunity?
No, I'm fine.
But-
No, you're
Listen,
fine.
he
Okay, so
doesn't-
you're just going to be an absolute idiot
No,
about
but
it.
he's
I'm not
got,
gonna-
Well, I mean, you
because
are.
He's got other jobs and that, and you know we have to rely
Yes,
on
but
that.
you have a collar number for the specific reason, as we've just heard us discuss, for accountability reasons. You're making a very large assumption that I have the ability to read that my eyesight is good enough to read that.
These two officers have identified, and if you do
Yep.
need my details, they can be.
Okay, it's
that's
still,
when-
that's
when
still,
you make your complaint,
again, that's
that's
not
fine.
your policy,
Okay,
so that's fine. I'll make a complaint to your
Okay,
chief
not a
constable,
problem
that's
at all.
not a problem.
Not a problem
Actually, I'll
at
probably go straight through the IOPC, because otherwise it goes to your
Yeah,
local
that's-
PSD and gets
that's
kicked
not-
down and
yeah, I
disregarded.
appreciate that. That's not a problem
Yeah,
at all if you
no
need to do
worries.
that, that's absolutely
Okay,
fine.
nice picture of your face as well, so I can just make sure that goes to the right person.
Yeah, no problem.
Is there anything else I can
Lovely.
help you with today, sir?
This is where opinions split. Some people hear complaint and think escalation. Others see accountability in action. So let me ask you, if an officer refuses to properly identify while exercising authority, what would you do?
No, I said, you know, obviously, I've made the issue of that window and I've made that aware.
Which I'm literally going to go speak to my inspector.
Yeah,
now.
and that's fantastic. Obviously, if I were to say to come back in half an hour and I walk back and that window's open again, you're now willfully and negligently disregarding
I
data
can
protection,
guarantee you that.
and that's fantastic. So, you know, I've been to places where they close it because I'm there, and then I come back at like 10, 15 minutes, half hour late, and they've just
Yeah.
reopened it because they think
No,
I've gone.
but I will
And
also
that's not the point of what I'm trying to raise.
Unauthorised people on the site. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
They are trying to get gates and all of that, but it's planning permission and all of that. So, unfortunately, we have to work with what we have.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
just hope people, members of the public, would be, you know, understanding of that.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, you know, just pictures of your police cars and that, it's a local force just trying to come and have a look around, really, and see where the local money's going.
Yeah.
And,
Definitely not, yeah, mate.
definitely not here, apparently. Well, thank you you've been very lovely and professional. I appreciate that. So you've told me you're recording, you've told me you're recording. Have you been recording?
I am recording it.
You are recording. So again, the same issue that I raised with him. Is there a reason you haven't notified me of that? Is there?
It's not necessary. They're all three of
No.
recording.
No. You told me that you're recording. You didn't say we're all recording you. You told me that you're recording. That's your responsibility. It's his responsibility to let me know that he's recording me.
It's not necessary.
It is necessary. Would you like to refer to the College of Policing guidance? Because
No, we're fine. Thank you.
no, you're fine, exactly.
I'm
Because
absolutely
you're
fine.
not interested in you're not interested in actually learning what your policies are and adhering to them, are you?
No,
You're just one of those
I'm
tyrants that just wants to go around and do what you want to do, ignore your policies.
Not a problem. I've just
No, that's
told
fine.
you that
That's
we're
fine. I'm
recording.
not interested in talking to you.
Colleagues,
I'd rather
we're
talk to your
recording.
colleagues. You're
Okay,
just
that's
a bit of a
absolutely fine.
tyrant, and I have no interest in talking to you. Yep. If you're not, if you're
polite to you and try to have a conversation with you, if you disagree, that's absolutely fine.
yeah. Well, I mean, if you're not going to
Entitled
follow your
opinion.
policies on your guidance and you have no interest in learning them, because I can refer you to the guidance in which it tells you about your body-worn cameras, in which it tells you about identifying yourself. But again, you have no interest in it. So what's the point in talking to you any further?
That's fine, thank you.
But yeah, again, thank you. You've been very professional. Straight away identified yourself, told me that you're recording a little bit later than I would have liked, but
Sorry, yeah, I was there, my colleague spoke to me.
yeah,
on that, so I'd
exactly.
say he was
Yeah,
telling me
you
about
weren't the one
windows,
directly
so-
engaging with me. I was talking to him, so I understand
Yeah.
that. But he had every opportunity.
That's fine. Like I said,
you
is
know.
I'm going to go back and speak to my inspector about
Yeah.
authorised personnel signs.
Yeah.
Even if we can do that.
Yeah.
Like I
Again,
said,
not everybody's going to
no-
respect those
no.
signs, but at least then you've got the footing of you've been notified
I mean,
of trespassing before you've entered
We
the
are a
site.
police
You
station.
know.
We want them to be able to come and ask us for help. That's what we're here for.
Yeah,
We're here
yeah.
to help them
Yeah,
to
yeah.
public in their times of stress and
Yeah, yeah.
everything like that. We don't want to be unwelcoming either.
No, of course. Like I said to
We'd
your colleagues
also-
when they first came out, the
Yeah.
non-uniform, you've got a sign on that door which is clearly for public information that says, you know,
Don't-
if the office is closed,
yeah.
call 101. That's obviously for public information.
Yeah.
And if you put that there, it's almost an expectation that the public are expected to be there.
Well, because it's not closed, you know. It's,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
we
So
don't have a closed phone system.
No.
So you can come in. Obviously, we have to try and protect ourselves because you get members of the public that try to do harm to the police.
Yeah.
They don't like the police.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But-
Anti-police. They try. We've had screws put by the tyres.
okay.
And things like that.
Yeah.
So that's why they were just checking to make sure.
But then
you
obviously,
weren't doing
I'm sure
any
you've got
harm.
CCTV around the sign saying you
Yeah,
have
we
and
do.
that.
Yeah,
And obviously, I'm walking around, my face is uncovered. I'm not making any efforts to hide myself. I'm not trying to be covert.
No.
You know, otherwise I wouldn't have made myself apparent to the person in the window. You know, I would have.
Yeah.
You know, if I had nefarious intent with that information, I would have stood there and filmed it for as long as I could before I got noticed and not said anything. That would have been, you know, if I had nefarious intent with it.
Yeah, I can see
you
that.
know.
I think it's just, you know, you pointed out a thing. Thank you very much.
You're
I'm going to go speak to my inspector now.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
I'm hoping that you're not going to have any nefarious things about putting spikes or
Okay,
anything
like,
like that.
if I was, I'm on your body cameras. My face is quite clear. Like, I don't think it would be difficult.
But
for,
I'm just saying, you know what I
for you
mean?
to figure it out,
we're going to
yeah.
go back. We're going to leave you to it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, no, I fully appreciate it. Like, again, I'm not the anti-police. I'm anti-police like that who don't want to follow policies and think they're above doing what they're supposed to do. But you've been fantastic, and
it's people's
you know.
experiences, isn't it?
Yeah,
Some people
but
have very
as
bad
constables, you
experiences.
should approach every situation independently, shouldn't you? Really.
It is hard because we're human beings. At the end
I
of the
know,
day.
I get that, but you're held to
You
a
know what I
much
mean?
higher standard because of the job role that you take
It
on.
is,
You know, you take
it
an
is.
oath to the crown of this country, and we expect you to
100%,
live
but you know what I mean? It
your
can be hard
life to
when
that.
you've got members of the public
Yeah,
who want
yeah.
us, harm us, punch us every day.
Yeah,
you know.
sure, but you know,
Yeah.
but then we say as members of the public, we have police officers that want to do that to us, and it does happen. You can't deny that it does.
I'm not saying that's what I'm saying. Is
Yeah,
we
so
generalise,
we have
don't
the same
we
thing.
generalise, we generalise.
Yeah.
It
Again,
does
but I will give
subconscious-
everybody their fair dues. Like I've given you, I've had a polite conversation with you, and
Yeah.
I've told you thank you for doing your job as you're supposed to do,
Yeah.
following your policies. And I'll give everybody their fair dues, and that's
Yeah.
all we expect from the police as well. You know, we expect that two-way street. At the end of the day,
We do try and work a two-way street.
the
I've given
confidence
you
in
my
policing in this
details. I
country is
would have liked
plummeting,
your
and we're trying to
details,
build. You know,
but-
we like to try and build the bridges rather
Yeah.
than tear them down. But we don't want people that. You know, if he's not willing to follow simple policies, how can we expect him to follow the ones that actually are way more serious? You know, it starts with the basic level, and that's what it's like. Yeah, school uniform. If you can't be bothered to do your school uniform, how can you be or wear your uniform at work? They don't expect that. It's an indicator of you're not going to be bothered to do your job properly or learn properly, and that's what it's about. If you can't follow your basic policies, how on earth can we have the confidence in you to do your job when it really matters? And that's the kind of people that we don't want in our police forces, is people that, if they can't follow the simple stuff, how can we trust them to do anything more serious when they've got powers that can demolish people's lives, you know?
And support people.
Yeah.
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 No, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, you know,
I
your
understand.
powers can do great
Okay,
things, but they
dokie
can also
then.
do very dangerous things, you know, and if we can't trust you to use them properly, that's scary.
Okay, dokie. Well, we're gonna. Like I said, I would have loved to have your first name.
Yeah, I know you
Does
would.
it be after your pink, I think, shirt or something?
Probably.
Like that?
Or my cologne, maybe. But yeah, no worries. Well, thank you for your time,
No
and I
problem at
appreciate
all.
your professionality.
Okay, dokie then. Thank you.
Okay. Bear with me, guys. Put my headphones back on because they fell off. But yeah, there we go. So yeah, didn't like that first constable that I was talking to. Absolutely disgraceful he was. That lady was very professional, you know, identified herself properly as she should, with her collar number. Got 2 non-uniformed constables who...
Notice the contrast here. Same situation, completely different approaches. One officer de-escalates, listens, and explains. Others don't. And that difference is exactly why public trust rises or falls in moments like this.
refused to identify at all while engaging in a stop and account. So yeah, they'll all be getting complaints on that, body worn issues, failure to identify properly, you know, and you know, like I said, even if nothing actually happens as an outcome to that constable, it will go on his record that he's had that complaint, and multiple complaints on your record is not good. Yeah, I'd say that lady was by far the most professional out of the 3, out of the 5 actually, that actually came and engaged in any sort of manner. So yeah, we've got unmarked police vehicles as well. Don't know if you saw in the background, they pulled up in this one. So if you live around Chard, Somerset sort of area, you've got this vehicle, Volvo. It is an unmarked vehicle, so be careful. And the way they treat the public property is to leave empty coffee cups, used coffee cups in there. I think the window tint on the back is illegal. I'm not sure about the front. It definitely looks like it's tinted, but I don't know how legal that would be. It's got to allow 70% light through, I think it is, or 80, something like that. It does look a little bit dark. I don't know if it looks darker because the rear windows are tinted. This one looks a little bit dark as well. I saw a video quite recently, a guy got pulled over for tint, and he asked the cop to check the tint on his window, and to my surprise the cop obliged, and the tint was illegal according to his device. So then he turned around and said, oh, the device must be faulty all of a sudden, but when the device couldn't possibly have been faulty, when it came down to using it on the person who got pulled over. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so we also had this police vehicle pull up as well in the meantime while we were here. Yeah, not a great look for Chard Constabulary overall. One professional member out of the bunch, not fantastic. I guarantee the person, when she's out on a team with somebody, she's the one who's de-escalating a situation as much as possible. But by the looks of it, the others are the ones escalating. But, oh, nice police bike. Not every day you see those. I feel sorry for the police bikers in this weather because they do wear like the full leather trousers and gear, and that is I'm wearing a leather jacket and it's warm, let alone like the whole leather gear, trousers and everything. That's absolutely sweaty. The level of riding that they're trained to get to. Sorry. That thing that you just disconnected to from your bike, is that to do with like airbags if you come... Sorry, I got hit. That thing you've just disconnected from your bike, is that like if you come off, it senses that you've come off, sort of thing?
No, it's a comms kit.
Oh, that's what it's for the comms. Ah, okay. So yeah, it plugs the helmet into the comms system. Ooh. Do you ride leisurely, or is it just for the force? Do you ride for leisure, or is it just for the force? Is that, yeah. No, that's you're like an everyday biker copy. Yeah, the standard you ride to, that's fantastic. You know, I keep mine sign up for the I am courses.
Some of these are quite good, to be fair.
Yeah.
If you, to be fair, any increase in your riding skills is good.
Absolutely, definitely.
Less of a,
Yeah. I've ridden with people that have done there, so they've given me some points and tips that they've learned, which has been really helpful actually, because I was taking corners on the racing line really, which obviously I didn't really realise is bloody dangerous. You know, if you underestimate a corner before you know it, you're in the wrong lane. But anyway.
what are you up to in here?
I was just taking some pictures out of your vehicles and stuff. Yeah, just having a little look. I've spoken to your colleagues now already. They had some issues with them, but yeah, they've left me to it after a bit of schooling. But yeah, no worries. Have a good one. So yeah, we've got some pretty cool vehicles and that coming in. Found some unmarked ones. Got a police motorbike, which isn't the most common of sights, especially in a town like this. So yeah, that was pretty cool to see. I enjoyed that. But yeah, as you can see, you know, it's absolutely no signage saying no unauthorised access or anything like that. So yeah, there we go. That's been about half hour or so. So I think all I'm going to do is check that there is no information on those screens that can be used. Then yeah, I'll get this one uploaded. As always, guys, stay safe, remember your rights, and until the next one, Sarah.